Okay, added a dash cam and a radar detector to the 6th gen 4Runner, and just giving you guys some ideas on how I did it. So right here's the factory fuse box. I already have the lid removed. I'll start off with the power. Right here, to get a good view, that's where the power was tapped. These spots, and they're listed on the inside of the fuse box. Toyota gave you those extra accessories, so that's what they're there for, is if you're going to want to run some off-road lights or just anything else that you want to have power for. So you can get your ignition and your constant in there. The fuse box that was under the passenger dash is really tight, so you're not going to be able to get these extra fuse add-ons. Be very careful, but there was plenty of room inside here. Just made sure I had the right clearance. Don't go too far with the drill bit, but ran the wires right inside. Gonna tighten this up a little bit and put some black silicone just to keep that sealed. Right here, there was just threaded spots. I'm not quite sure what a factory accessory is that will sit here. But I had a bolt that was the right size, so went ahead and that was my ground, just a nice threaded bolt, so I didn't have to, make a new hole in the chassis or anything. And just ended up running the wires right in there. I don't know if it's too dark, but you can see it's the factory where all the wires go into, right down there. It's going to come right outside, or inside I should say, the driver's side dash, and then you're going to get everything down in the kick. So you will have to remove the kick panel and this, and it just pops off. And then I was just the weather stripping, pull the wires on through, and the only thing that I really had to remove as far as screw wise was right here. Just unbolt it, and you want to run your wires on the back side of the factory airbags, because if those airbags should pop, you don't want your whole wire harness coming down with it, just more shit getting in your way. So just kind of keep that in mind to do it, and then just tuck the wires all along here. I did actually have these down here. You start with the center, just pop it back, and then the big side, just slide it forward. I know some people online do tap their wires from there, but I just didn't want to risk stressing out with this digital mirror. This is the factory one that turns into a screen, and I just didn't want to have a lot of power draw or risk popping fuses off of that. So I did do a radar detector. I'll post the brand bracket I use, radar mount Inc, I believe. And you can pick whatever radar detector you're going to use. And then the Vantrue Dashcam. And with that too, I also use the Vantrue with parking mode. They sell a harness that will make sure to not let it drain your car battery, but will stay on till, unless your car should go below a certain voltage threshold. And I don't know if this matters, but if we start it up, you see everything works fine, comes on and off like it should, and everything's mounted. So I just thought I'd help share with you guys, because I was looking where people were grabbing their power. There's all kinds of different ideas, and I just think this is a really good one. There's plenty of room up there. There's other empty slots too, for whatever accessories you should choose. And if anyone's questioning, the radar detector, where you got this harness, you basically just buy the correct jack you need. Most of them are going to be pretty universal with that size jack, whatever fitting, and you could order online. So it will be, no longer than 2 feet long, and then you just run a positive and negative wire. So I have it soldered to just some 20 gauge positive negative wire that goes down and goes under the fuse box and is all fused. And one more thing I just thought of that I'll help you out with, it should be common sense, but the radar mount design is kind of like a U-bolt, and I don't know if it's showing it all here. The rear view mirror does have a harness that's going into the rear view mirror. Keep that harness to the side. Don't smash down on the harness with clamping the radar detector. If you are going to do a radar mount like that, you know what I mean? You don't want to squish the wire. So there's room on the side of the mount. You're still going in the mount. You're just putting it off to the side and not on the bottom is the best way to describe that. But yeah, just keep in mind, you don't want to smash wires.